All right, Liberty and Lead podcast, SmashCastBros. Keep it local, keep it cash, tell the feds kiss your ass. I'm Ty.
I'm Boo.
I'm Trigger.
Professor.
Professor's in the house. We're talking SHOT Show 2025.
Part 2.
Part two.
Part
We're
two.
in part 2. We're just finished up with some Sig Sauer stuff. We're going to come back with even more. This is going to be probably, by the time we're done, we're probably going to be 3 parts. Who knows? SHOT Show 2025 did not disappoint. It is as busy as it has ever been. Looking at the photos, looking at the backgrounds, all the jazz. So, moving on.
Well, that's Clint. Good to see you there, buddy. Yeah. So, once again, the Glock / Aimpoint Koa. I'm a fan of Glock. I like red dots. I just don't see this being a big thing.
Is that the merge, or is that just a Glock with a dot?
That's the one that has that proprietary cut where, as you can see right here, there's a notch in the slide. So what I was thinking,
the lock in front. Okay.
I used to be a downhill skier. You put the tip of your toes in the binding, and then you set your foot down.
Snap them in.
This is the same way where you have to get that front edge of that sight into the slide. How is I don't know, Walther going to make a slide that can take this optic or an RMR or something else? It's going to be, okay, I want that. You're going to have to buy a slide just for that. Is the way I'm seeing it right now.
So do you have a section planned to talk about how we want to make not a proprietary to each individual brand?
No. I just have some different...
Since we're on it, can we bring it up?
Sure.
All the pistol manufacturers, we've said it before, I'm going to say it again, especially tonight, the footprint, the bolt pattern, okay, you have the subcompact, you have a compact and a full size. Give us one, maybe 2 different bolt patterns, footprints.
Yeah.
Please, because, I mean, with all the fucking, the optic plate mounts,
it's a pain in the ass.
It's just one more breaking point, extra screws, extra steps.
So that's...
Hold on a second. So you say, well, you could probably still have an RMR with that, but you would have to buy probably a sled that would lock in like that does, and then you attach the RMR to that. So again, you would just lock a sled in.
This one, yes.
But this one's a particular...
How are you going to get that optic on a different gun without having just a much bigger plate that can accept that lock-in foot? I mean, you're going to have like a 1/8 of an inch. With
the axis and the throw of that slide, it's going to keep it from popping back or loosening up at all. But you're buying this kit knowing this is going to be together and this is the way it is.
Yep.
This isn't a flat base slide.
If that type of slide connectivity is the standard, everything else can run on sleds to connect.
What do you mean? This isn't the standard. This is just their thing.
If it was a standard, then to connect anything else like an RMR, you just need a sled to be the adapter between it.
Yeah. That's the optic plate that everybody has. Both of mine have optic plates. Well, I still don't have a fucking optic plate. That's a whole nother story.
That kind of setup has relatively easy connectivity for everything else. It's everything else that's going to struggle to work with that.
But that's what we're getting at. We want it to be 1, maybe 2 footprints.
Try
how they get it to 1.
Have a full size option and have a compact option.
Yes. Because the full size dots don't fit on the subcompact little half-inch top slides.
Probably because we're really hammering Ty's Wi-Fi.
Why? Oh, flaking out. And I can't believe we're the only people talking about something like that.
I can't imagine.
No. Everybody's probably, at some point, they're going to have to. Because what did we compare it to last time? What did I compare it to?
I have no idea.
I don't even remember. Make it fit.
Yeah.
So make it standard like.
So
I can't remember.
I
Batteries.
I couldn't find a price on the Koa. So what I did was I searched what a Glock 19 Gen 5 was with and without that optic. That optic is coming in at about $430, which is
Almost the price of a gun.
well, for a top tier optic. Aimpoint is a top tier manufacturer of optics. You have Trijicon, EOTech, Aimpoint. Those are the best out there, battle tested. Out in war in the military's hands.
Yep.
So they make quality product. I do not see a $430 optic there. I would pay that for that because it's Aimpoint.
And it's an enclosed emitter.
Mm-hmm. Now, moving on. Again, hard to capture these. Recoil TV dude, he's at the primary arms and he's pointing out in the closed emitter that primary arms is coming out with totally U.S. made.
Oh, really?
So good for you guys on that.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, the guy he was talking to, he started slapping him like, yeah, all right, made in America, which I'm totally for. But the price tag. Take a guess. There's two options.
Closed emitter. Standard footprint, like is it RMR?
I don't know. They didn't talk about it. They just kind of discussed it was U.S. made, and this guy was.
I see it's got a great big 2032 battery side panel on it.
Big ass compartment there.
I'm gonna call it $900.
You're high. You're definitely high.
Oh, really? 700?
The high one is 700. The other one is 650.
Compared to Holosun. Holosun, I don't feel like they make a horrible product.
They do
I know
not.
they get a horrible rap.
Yep. China.
I like their stuff.
They make good stuff. A lot of people use it.
Yes.
But for them to come out at $650, $700, I'm going to go with a Trijicon RMR, an SRO.
Trijicon is Trijicon the one based out of Michigan?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. 650, 700 seems
That is
steep.
hundreds more than the Trijicon RMR, and depending on the SRO, it's
It's a lot more than a Holosun.
yeah. But I mean, if you wanted battle tested RMR compared to that's a hefty
New guy
price
on the
tag.
block.
Gen 1, that's a hefty price tag.
How's it going to hold up? How's it going to... Yeah, let somebody else learn that lesson. Now, the guys like Ben Stoker that shoots all day long, or Samurai, Modern Samurai, Scott Jedelinski, those guys shoot all day long. If that product holds up to their shooting,
Then
5,000 rounds a day, whatever.
you got something to talk about. But this is the first I've heard about it, and at that price point, it's, oof. For me, it's a turnoff. It's way too high.
Yeah.
For the person that likes to buy the expensive shit.
Yeah.
What if they ship it to you in a Pelican case?
Sold. Wait a second.
That was a good one.
Wait a second. Is it a rifle size? Then yeah, I can see that because that's $300. At least back in the day.
I can buy 3 fucking Apaches for that.
No, they'll send you a case, and you'll see where they scratched out Plano and wrote Pelican.
The piece is the same. No, I appreciate American made.
Yeah.
Much
Oh
as the
yeah.
next cracker made in America.
But
Easy there, Toby.
so a lot of this is coming out nowadays. So this is from a company called G100. They are selling a stripped chassis. So that right there, minus the trigger, is your registered firearm. So, yeah. Kind of like you'd have a lower receiver on an AR. This right here, the chassis, is your firearm. SIG is doing that with their 365. They have chassis.
Customizability.
What about the P80s? What's the difference?
The P80, you have to.
There's zero number.
They're not numbered, but if you number it, it's like any other firearm where it's just the frame is that. SIG has come out with chassis, so their P365, you can take that out of one of their guns and one of their frames and put it into another P65 frame.
Okay.
It's customized. So if you wanted to buy the cheap one now and upgrade to the aluminum frame, you can do that.
Okay.
Because that fire control module is what is your firearm here.
Got it. Okay. That when you said from plastic to aluminum or steel or the frame.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. I don't see the bargain in that.
I look at more of the people that like to put the stuff together. Me. You like to build them too.
It's
at
making
times.
pistols more like ARs, which are adult Legos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. All right.
So you can buy one of their normal frames.
Yep.
They call it a grip module. But let's say the texturing is this. You didn't like that one. They have other options that they will 3D print. So that's pretty cool from that company. And they also have chassis for PDWs, personal defense weapons.
Which is not that.
Terrible. That's what they're at. First, no one seems to know exactly what a PDW is.
Well, not that.
That
you
is.
Keep that fucking thing in your pants?
You don't have to have the front mag in.
No.
That's just storage.
I'm talking about the fucking suppressor.
I think the color's ugly, but
while it might make people think the wrong idea about me.
No, they already know.
You don't want to drop a few rounds and reholster that son of a bitch.
no. Are you happy to see me, or is that your suppressor?
But that's 3D printed. But another thing that is cool about this company, they believe in open source.
So you can get the prints online?
So you can get I'm going to get the information correct, STL or step files, and design until your heart's content. And print your own, because that's not the firearm. The firearm is that piece of metal up there where
your trigger module.
Mm-hmm.
You can see where it sets into the frame there.
Yep.
So you can print your own stuff at home. Also, hey, this is pretty badass. I like this. You can send them.
You don't necessarily have to make it look like that. That's just an example.
That's just what they brought to the show.
That's not something for sale. That's just, you can have this.
But let's say you're dicking around and like, man, this is really awesome. You can send them the file and they will put it on their website and make it available for
Joe Blow.
Someone else to download. Okay. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Do you get a commission? Because I could see a way new market. Get 3D printed big titty blondes printed onto your frame.
Liberty and Lead podcast.
Penis suppressor. That's what everybody would make. Anyway.
Wait, this looks like that guy on his bed.
Oh yeah. Superimpose it on the side.
All right, so next one. This company, they make flash hiders, brakes. They're reared in. This right here is their muzzle device called Icarus. It's a blast diffuser. So my pistol, annoying as hell. Your fucking brake on your gun, annoying as hell.
That's his fault.
Yeah, you put it on here, fuck you. So this helps push the noise forward away from you. I was kind of looking at that going, that's better than the one I got. I have the one that's made by Surefire. I actually brought it here to show you, but I was dumb and left it over there. But it's much more open in the front. I was going, if I use a muzzle brake in that, can I get some reduction? Because it's kind of closed off.
Yeah.
They did a really fancy shot across the table, but they have all kinds of colors. They have the rainbow ones for you and all kinds of crap. But their biggest selling point really is they make hub-style brakes and flash hiders. So if you didn't want to pay the price for, $200 for a flash hider from somebody, you can get one of theirs and it'll work on a suppressor.
All right.
Which, not bad. I did a better picture of that Icarus.
There you go.
Looks pretty cool.
It looks like it redirects it. Yes.
And then a brake inside of that.
Yes.
So, for the poverty pony I want to make out of a AR pistol, I'm thinking that's going on it.
There's a really good deal right now. I think I took a screenshot just for you. I'll have to show you.
But they make a 3-chamber muzzle brake for that. So I might give that one a try.
I thought for sure that one drink would really get me fucked up after being dry for a month. It didn't.
So here comes a couple really bad pictures, but EOTech came out with a new Voodoo scope.
What's the times on that?
What do you think that is?
EOTech, and you're making a big deal out of it. I'm going to say 8.
It's small. It's just small.
I see that.
So it's short. It's a 3 to 9x scope.
Really?
That little guy is a 3 to 9x.
And that son of a bitch has got to be $1,000 or better. What do you think?
1,700.
Not bad. So you can buy it with or without the red dot here.
Yeah.
And you can get it where it's either on top or it's at the 45 angle here.
It over.
They call it the springboard, I think. To get it without the optic on it, it's $1,059, and if you get it with that red dot, it's $1,429. So it's right around the normal price of a
EOTech is a top
tier
contender.
brand.
For that kind of quality, I don't feel like that's terrible.
No,
$1,100.
And for
That's MSRP. You're probably going to get it for $800-900.
Yeah, but that small for a 3 to 9, that's incredible.
That is pretty.
I was pretty shocked at that.
I didn't get to that point yet, I guess, or I skipped it. I don't know. I think I skipped that one. Huh.
You brought it up, Ty, so Panzer Arms.
Yep.
Okay, the end of that gun looks stupid as hell.
It looks like a smoker for mosquitoes.
Or the 7.3.
But they're making some quality guns for a pretty cheap price point.
They really made leaps and bounds in the last couple of years. The brand Panzer. They've been around.
Yeah, they've been around.
But they've been okay.
So this is an M4 style. The one I'm looking at on Primary Arms right now is $500 for a semi-auto. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Just God, the end of that barrel is terrible.
Did they mention the purpose of that
They did not.
weird
No.
thing? Okay.
No. But they make, if you look at the wall, they make a ton of stuff. They had lever actions. They had just all kinds of stuff.
Pump,
So how about we go
semi.
with a AR style?
Side charging handle.
Side
style.
charging handle. I believe they said that the lower was polymer. I'm not exactly sure, but I think
you
that
can look
is.
with the boss on the back for the buffer tube. That's a polymer, but that's an AR-10.
But that's 12 gauge.
Oh,
Yeah. That's a fat ass.
Never mind.
That's your 12 gauge right there.
My VR80's side charging.
Yeah.
Still miserable.
I bet that's
I mean,
later.
fuck. Huh?
You need a real shotgun. You have a gimmick shotgun.
I have a Terminator-looking thing. Yeah.
You have a look at my shotgun.
Yeah, well, it is still fun to shoot. I mean, but it's like holding up a barrel of oil.
Now, let's say you wanted something a little bit more of an AK style or an HK style. Let's go with a G3, 12 gauge.
I'm
Sammy?
seeing that dude's fucking beard though.
You really got a good shot of his screenshots of money.
He looks
Looks like he's
freaking,
pushing a fart.
Cheech.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway. You get the HK style slap for the action.
Oh shit.
I mean, it's and the sight, the rear sight, that barrel.
Yeah.
You know, it spins like it's supposed to for your different ranges with your 12 gauge. 10 yards, 20 yards.
That's it.
Now, it comes with 10 round box mag. Decent. But to give Ty's brain a hard on, let's go with a 20 round drum.
Jeez.
I didn't want the drum. I probably should have because I went with a 19-round stick.
See,
And the thing, I
feel
could
like
just about sit on the ground when I shoot it.
if your VR80 was more of a bullpup style with the shells way in the back, it might actually not be so bad to shoot. Bring that mass backwards a little bit.
And I would love to sell it, but nobody's going to want to buy that fucking thing. I was like thinking, all right.
You got somebody else that'll want that freaking piece of nostalgia. I guarantee you'll find somebody, oh, that's cool, I want it, and buy it. And then they'll realize that this is a fucking piece of shit.
It's not a piece of shit. It's just heavy.
Yeah, it's just heavy.
It's just heavy. It runs good. And you know what I would do? I would go out and buy just the plainest fucking Panzer AR-12 they got.
I'd get an M4. I like the look of a shotgun. Just give me a shotgun.
I gotta have
Nothing. You don't have to have everything AK or AR style. Gotta have a little bit of mix. That's why. That's the
I got a
reason.
pellet gun it's got wood stock.
I didn't see you had Woodstock. Moving on.
Yep.
You brought it up, staccato.
I want one. This is their new hotness.
That is their new hotness. So they
I
make.
can tell because it's got the sight in front of the optic.
And why did they say they did that?
Co-witness.
Nope. Because you
They
can
brought-
co-witness.
They brought the. Your whole grip comes up.
Yep, they did. They did move the grip up. That was one of the big selling things. Was they had to redesign the entire grip. They got rid of the beaver tail safety because this is a 2011. It is drop safe. I know Grantham did a video of them dropping a bunch of different guns, and the 1911 and 2011s were going bang when they dropped them.
Glock mags.
That was their big thing.
That's their big thing.
You can use a Glock mag.
But Glock mags are cheap and readily available. They're everywhere.
Don't make that your selling point. I'm sorry.
I think more of them should.
They're riding the shirt tails of Glock.
I understand that, you know, your people want, your customers want to use Glock mags because they're cheap.
Or they already have
But
60 of them.
to be your main selling point, like no one's ever done this before. Please, you can get PCCs that run Glock mags. You can get different pistols that run Glock mags.
You can buy a Glock that runs Glock mags.
I mean, the P80 that uses Glock mags. You can buy a Ruger Ranch gun, uses Glock mags. Like,
No desire to own a 1911, but the 2011s and the 2311s, they're kind of the
that look
2311s are
almost
kind of
exactly
racist.
like a 1911.
They look just like it, but they're double stacked. They're just
1911 is just a. You can get double stack 1911. When I was shooting competition, the big custom guns were 1911 style, and they were thousands of dollars.
tricked out. Since we're on the whole 2011, Great Lakes Firearms in Sparta. I believe they're in Sparta. No? Okay. I think they're in Sparta. Great Lakes Firearms was out there, and they have a 2011 for about $1,000.
Okay.
That's a good price for a 2011.
These guns take a lot of fit and finish, especially to be nice. It takes a lot of work.
if you're really looking to spend a lot of money, yes, get the Staccato. This one without the fucking grip problem. Amen. But the Watchtower Apache, those have a safety problem too, but I think they're working through that.
So I have several different pictures of the Staccato.
Amen.
But, I mean, they're great looking guns. But why, do you remember why they said they moved the rear sight in front?
I don't remember. You're going to remind me.
One, because the red dot is your primary optic, your primary aiming device. So you have the backups there in your sights. But they're also saying it's there for debris deflection. Get the fuck out of here.
I like it in front of the optic a little better. It brings the optic back, which I like for reasons. And I like that the industry standard is becoming comps. So your next gun, make sure it's got an optic plate or optic ready, and make sure it's comped if you're going to purchase one. He bought the comp Hellcat. I opted to go with threaded barrel and screw on a comp, which was cool until I burnt my fucking leg and when I stuck it back in my holster.
And let's be honest, the factory installed comps, they just look cleaner.
Oh, 100%.
But I mean, these are beautiful guns, but your primary selling point should not be you can use a Glock mag. Sorry, this is just.
I like the idea.
It's a good idea, but that shouldn't be your.
I don't know how much Staccato standard 2011 mags are. I don't know the price on them, but they're probably not.
Oh, that's a hammer fire, not even a pin fire.
Yeah. Yep.
It's an upgraded, updated 1911. And it didn't even come out in 2011. It came out in 20 later, something. But they just went with the 11 because it was pretty basic.
But just to let you know, it's an updated 1911.
Right.
Yeah. So I did a little bit of looking around. There's a ton of guns out there that run Glock mags. So let's say you wanted to go with a 1911 that use Glock mags.
Okay.
Stealth Arms has the Platypus.
Oh, I've heard of it.
And holy fuck, can you customize it right from the factory? So I just took a screenshot of this because I was on the shitter trying to figure this out. You can take and basically have any color option for any part of that gun.
Wait, hold on. We got a fucking problem here. The
9
only caliber is 9mm.
So
there's no problem there.
It's a 1911.
There's no problem there.
How are you not going to offer a 45?
The Staccato's a fucking 9mm.
Yeah.
This is a 1911. The Staccato's a 2011. How are you not going to offer God's caliber in God's gun?
I knew that. I knew at some point he was going to trip on that.
30.2 ounces. 30.2 ounces.
Dude,
when you're
all
building a
metal.
race gun, the heavier the better.
$1,700, and you're in a shitty 9mm. What the fuck?
Pretty soon you ain't going to be able to find 40.
But
You're not
For-
gonna be able to find 40 anytime soon. No, I can still find a ton of it.
for Staccato to be like one of their highest marketing plays right now is it uses Glock mags. Come on. Yes,
I didn't think they were the first ones. However, I think it was a great move for them.
Hold on. I do like that option. Custom serial number down at the bottom.
Oh shit, yeah. 666.
420, 69.
867 5309.
What's the T9 word for fuck the ATF?
Oh, dude, those things are expensive. They made a pair of them, and they have 4,000 hours of engraving on these fucking things.
So, at the Walther booth, which surprisingly little coverage. It was this one little bit, and it was not long. So, I just took this because it's a badass looking piece. It's hard to tell here, but, you know, people riding horses and everything.
There's spears, it looks like.
I mean, it looks like a nice
Looks
custom.
like the guy that went in on January.
Maybe that is from January 6th.
Maybe. God, it would have been cooler if he'd been on a horse.
Got 6 extra years for horse shitting in the Capitol.
Yeah, well, Pelosi's been shitting her pants in her. Sorry. I dig it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece.
It is a beautiful piece. Parker
All-
Mountain Machine.
Huh?
See the comp on the front? It's Parker Mountain Machine.
This is direct from them.
Mm-hmm.
Another
You can buy
6-inch
it
barrel.
right from
Oh,
them.
okay.
Yeah.
So this is part of their F series of the PDP line. So female.
I kind of like that though. You need to?
They're nice. Yeah, I've held one.
They fit super good. The mag release is right there.
They shouldn't have called it the female line.
It is. I think it is.
But
I think that's what they meant by it.
That's the way that the first time I saw the F series, it was the female line.
All of a sudden, now all the guys, that's their carry piece
Mm-hmm.
for that group. But now they make the pro model, which is this guy with the Parker Mountain Machine.
But how fucking big is this optic?
Well, it's got a cover on
I
it.
don't care. It's still huge.
It is.
What do you mean it's got a cover on it? It's got fucking screws down at the bottom.
Yeah, it's got
It's
optic
a,
cover.
It's a shroud around it,
I was
but
going to say, it's a protective cover, not a storage cover.
Dude, I'm still distracted by this dude's fucking wristwear.
Oh,
I've
wow.
I've seen those
Yeah,
before. I can't remember where they're from. But I was like, yeah.
You're right.
But built-in comp on that, it's a clean looking gun.
If you put the 15-pound guy rod and spring in it,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to order one for my pro. Like, I thought about selling my other one with optic and everything on it and getting one of their steel frame monsters. Anyway,
So
problem is they're $1,800 fucking dollars to start.
this right here was all the coverage that I saw
was
from
it,
Walther. That's it.
Okay.
And
They must
Springfield.
have not. What are the odds that, say, Walther or Staccato or Sig Sauer or whoever says in advance, we need to get a hold of Classic Firearms and we're going to work a deal out with them. We'll sell them guns cheaper or something, or give them a great deal on stuff if they cover us during SHOT Show. I feel like that definitely happens.
Good. Yeah. I can see that happening.
I would, yeah.
So-
And I think that's probably part of the problem. Maybe Walther didn't have an opportunity to get with them and say,
Maybe.
hey. Anyway, go ahead.
This was
Springfield.
Springfield, and it wasn't much again.
Really?
This is their new echelon line that they're hammering right now. And we just talked about this.
I think the Echelon, for all the videos that I've watched and all the research I've done, the Prodigy fell on its face. The Echelon actually fires really well and runs extremely well. So, go ahead.
So the guy that was giving the tour of the product was like, I'm going to tell you my favorite part. That slide is milled with movable pins so you can have any footprint you want in your optic. So way to go, Springfield.
Fucking A.
Fucking win.
That is a fucking win.
So the biggest pain in the ass, I have a gun. What will fit it? Man, I really like this one. Wrong footprint, can't use it.
But instead of an optic plate, they have a
Movable pins.
movable pins. I guess I don't know
So
how that
just-
works. However,
You know, optic plates, they have little spikes around, so your optic has to fit into it.
right.
These have,
Anti-movement.
so whatever it is, you can take the pins out and get the optic that you want. With,
See, here all along,
without a plate.
I thought that the optics company would all get together and go make a standard kit,
Yep.
but instead, the gun manufacturers are doing it.
They figured out a way around it.
Amen.
So good on Springfield.
Hell yeah.
That's a win.
I kind of want to check out an Echelon, like fondle one,
Yeah.
because I think that's That's a decent winner. The Prodigy, like I said, the Prodigies look good, but they're not. I heard they're fucking trash.
So, yeah.
$7.19. You can probably get them for $6.19, I would think.
Probably. So.
For some reason, the MSRP on this shit is always way higher than what I can actually find it on Graviton, not just guns, wherever.
So, that was all the coverage of Springfield, which sucked because
that is it.
Yeah, they think they did one other thing, but it might have been their 1911 line or whatever.
Yeah, they're pretty popular with the little team.
So, next one was burn-proof gear, and they started off with suppressor wraps, and I wasn't super.
I had it in my notes.
Okay.
The kid's a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
But the suppressor wraps was like, not that crazy about it because
handguard wraps.
You put the wrap around the suppressor and it almost looked like paracord around it. I was like, I don't really like it. But then
fireproof, looks like fire hose.
Yeah. Then they was showing these cases. So those look kind of nice. So they're showing them double panel, kind of like the one that I have over there that Ty got at Sam's Club, where there's there's a center divider, but the one here where his hand's at, it's got the Velcro so you can put your pouches in there however you want to organize stuff. But this side's different material. That's the same as their suppressor wraps. That's good to 1,000 degrees. So
you can drop your hot gun in.
You can drop your hot gun in.
And go.
Remember when I shot my suppressor the first time? That thing was
sat
hot
out there for about 40 minutes. No, not 40, but it was.
Yeah, it was about 15 minutes, and I ended
up
up taking the cardboard box of my ammo and putting it on the suppressor so I could put it in the case. So that's a good idea. But the more I look at this picture, I'm going, how good are they? Because if you're at SHOT Show, don't you want to show perfect stuff?
Yeah.
Look at these lines here. So is that just bad placement of the pouch, or
that's Velcro?
It looks like it's Velcro, but is it? It kind of looks like it's a smaller amount here to here in the center.
It's just the way it's flexed.
It doesn't look flexed much to me.
So I will say the kid, if he's not the owner, they picked the wrong guy to put on this interview. He did an okay job, but they could have done better because he was falling apart.
Yeah, but at the same time, first time on camera, or you're just getting into this, you're gonna. That's how I got my nickname, because I was terrible when I first started teaching something. You had to do it a bunch of times to get good at it.
Okay.
So when are you going to get good at
it? Inquiring minds.
You'd have to ask Dollar that one.
Uh-huh.
So I thought that was cool.
I like this product. Matter of fact, I put it in my notes.
Yeah.
Because I was going to bring it up, but I'm glad you did.
So
I like the suppressor wrap. I thought you'd like that.
There's other ones out there that I like better.
Okay. The handguard wrap. I've never had a gun even running with the Franklin. Mm-hmm. It gets toasty.
Yeah.
But not toasty enough that I need to buy a wrap for it.
He did say, because he's in Florida, that it gets hot, so he puts a wrap on the handguard. So.
Okay.
Going through notes. Okay, Moody, here we go. Pelican.
Oh. Pelicant. Pelicant afford it.
Go ahead, rip on him real quick.
Huh?
Go ahead, rip on him real quick.
Yeah. I like the.
Hey, look, they use a fancier version of that foam that Plano uses.
And Apache.
And they still use that basic fucking cone stuff on the top.
That part is Pretty basic.
The handle looks like a basic Plano one. I think you're buying a Plano one.
Renamed.
Pelican scratched into the top.
So what they have here is a whole grid system and cylinders of foam. And you can push those down.
Is it a grid
Push
of
them down.
cylinders?
Like,
Well,
jam
there's
your gun
grid.
into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we go here, he's lifting it up,
Oh.
and you can see pegs on each corner, and there's some in the middle here.
That's why it's called a reset. You can reset it back to new.
Yep. So
Right.
in my Amazon list, I have different foams for my cases because you cut the shit and you're stuck with it. So you gotta put the foam in your case, trace it out with a gun, cut it or trace it out with a
Marker.
Sharpie.
Actually, I have a question about this. I don't know how much research you did. So, if you fly with your gun, obviously it's got to be checked baggage.
Yep.
When the baggage handlers inevitably throw your case on the ground,
Yep.
wouldn't all those cylinders just drop and make it so there's no padding in there anymore?
I would say yes, and I thought about that as I'm looking at these pictures. If that was me and I was going to fly with my gun, I would take, I don't know, some of my recycled paper and stick it under where the cylinders are. If it's going back and forth to the gun range where I'm going to take my bolt action this time, I'm going to take my AR the next time, I wouldn't do any of that. But if I was going to fly with it, I would put something under the foam that needed to stick up so it couldn't compress and
When they
release it.
throw it on the ground. Because they're going to do it.
The 100 times they do it, yeah.
But I'm guessing that Pelican, being Pelican, made it pretty
I was going
resistant
to say,
to
it's probably got a
movement.
pretty good resistance pushing it down
he
and
did.
resetting it.
The guy from Pelican here did actually push it down. I mean, it took some force, but still, like Moody said, they're going to beat the piss out of it.
Oh, yeah. Especially, they don't like moving guns. Especially if it's some liberal fucking throwing your luggage.
Pelican, that's a gun.
Yep.
So, I really like this product.
Okay, so can you buy a kit to update yours?
Don't know. Because I
I
know
feel like
that
you're going to be able to if you can't yet.
that would be smart of them. Because, first off, if you wanted to buy your foam from Pelican, piss off. It was like $100 for a piece of foam. Yeah, it was $30 from Amazon, so Amazon was the way to go.
Yeah.
But like when I've done things,
If $100 for a regular piece of foam for your Pelican case to
That's
replace a,
gonna be $3.
this thing's going to be $300-400.
Yeah.
And it probably cannot take the temperature of a hot gun.
You wouldn't be putting a hot gun in there.
Those are still foam.
You're right. They're probably super dense. However,
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go out to the range, you're gonna want it to cool down before you.
the more I look at it, the more I think about it, the more I like this. However, I still won't buy it. I can't afford that shit.
If you were gonna fly with your gun, would you use an Apache?
I think I would.
No.
I think I would.
You would
If
not.
I was flying, I might trust a Plano, but not an Apache.
I might wrap it up somehow, like full-blown ratchet straps every 6 inches.
Well, actually, what I see on that Pelican right there, which is not even on my Plano, is a metal reinforced locking hasp.
Yep.
I think.
My Planos are just plastic.
Okay.
I mean,
I
it might
could-
be fiberglass reinforced, but they're still plastic.
Right. Okay.
From experience, those things they're rigid. Because I got two of them. I got a AR sized and a full size rifle.
But
one.
then
You
again,
want
for
to
the
get the
case,
pistol one.
then again, for the case, the cost of one of those cases, you could just buy a gun on the other side.
No shit. And an optic. I like the idea for sure. I
Yeah.
really do. I do.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, you're not gonna like this, but they also made luggage, which
Perfect for you when you go on vacation.
just kind of because they have big cases for other equipment, not just for guns, but
Okay. Right.
I mean they have crate sized cases.
So the wife can take all
So-
the toys and
So
vacation
it kind of makes sense they jump into this market. I mean, I've seen they have a laptop briefcase before, so
as they should.
So different sizes. They also have soft luggage. So the one that Kaya here has, it actually has a shell inside of it, so it has some protection, but it's still a soft case. And then they have sling bags too, so they're...
Well, if you go back, that picture right there, it looks like those two are going to hit it off later.
Yeah.
Once again, as we were saying, Pella can't afford it. I can just imagine how much a shit is.
Hey, at least all their shirts match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the companies do that.
Well, then you know
They're
who
not black.
That's true.
More 9mm.
Oh, look. Black wall, black guns.
Yeah. So Griffin Armament. They just look cool. They're 9mm, use stick mags, pistols.
What is with this dude and the way he holds a microphone?
I have no idea.
He's been doing this for 7 days straight.
4.
He's getting tired of holding it.
Yeah.
4 days.
Well,
Really choking up on the end there.
Trying to cradle the balls.
and in the technology that we have today, there's got to be a better way to microphone that, but I think that's...
Yeah, it's a battery-powered fucking clip. You just...
DJI makes those clipped ones now. But, I don't know, just kind of some cool 9mm AR-style pistols. They also, down at the bottom, have suppressors. And they do offer the ship-to-your-house stuff, too. So, nice convenient way to
get...
get...
big one out there.
Silencer Central.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I use for my
Okay.
30 cal. So, Moody, if you wanted to get a... Nope, wrong one.
What?
Wrong one. Hey, remember when I said, what products are you showing? What brand is this?
I can't see it. Daniel?
Yep.
I see his thing, but some of them were wearing, all of them were wearing Geisley automatics,
Yeah.
most of them, so...
So down at the bottom right, you can see the handle of their pistol.
His badge holder, too.
They literally did not show a gun in this entire video, and they stood right here and talked.
But
Now-
does Daniel Defense need to sell anything? They just sell themselves, and they're way overpriced.
Top tier stuff.
I know. I knew
You're
it's
gonna
coming.
get the say.
So there's
Well,
not a-
your Liberty, your what? Liberty Gunworks. What is it? Sons
Sons of Liberty Gunworks?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're about the same price as Daniel.
I think Daniel's still quite a bit more. I think double. So
But
we'll look into it.
the reason they're so high is because battle tested.
A lot of the what do they call them? Why am I drawing a blank? Overseas top tier
The operators.
operators. Thank you. Are using Daniel Defense.
Yep. So, but really, show your product to sell your stuff.
And these guys, the classic guys with the videos, 4 or 5, they do 2 videos each day,
Yeah,
hour long at least. They have the most coverage of SHOT Show,
without a doubt.
100%. So
Pick that damn gun up. Show your pistol that flopped last year. You've redone. They have up at the top.
right.
They have the different color options that's available that you can choose from. Show your product.
but at least he admitted it. I remember he admitted, he goes,
Yeah, he
our
said,
pistol
"Yeah, it
flopped
flopped."
pretty
Yeah.
heavy. He was like, yeah, but we fixed that problem. Like,
It was just one of those things that pissed me off. Like, show the product.
word.
Okay, now for Moody. Hey, you want a Geisley trigger for your AK?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They're coming out with stuff now.
Actually seen one of those today.
The trigger or the AK?
The AK.
God, what a fucking useless gun, though.
It's fun.
It is. The pistol's more fun. That big
I think that's what it
fireball.
was. I think that's what it was sitting there when I walked by it today.
Where were you?
In your garage.
Oh, yeah.
You might want to do something about that.
It was. I forgot it was there.
Lever action.
Smith & Wesson in the lever action game. Does Smith & Wesson make other guns?
Make what?
Yeah.
Other guns?
Yeah, plenty.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You know how much they showed? That and one side of that.
Steel pistol.
Yeah, that's all they showed.
Pewview, the guy, I don't know his name, but that's his choice. That one right there, it's got all the right parts and pieces, and that kid can fucking shoot.
Mm-hmm.
But that's his, over the Henry and over all the other lever guns,
Yep.
that's his jam.
But again, show the product. Smith & Wesson has a huge line. Pistols, rifles. And all they did was stand here and talk way too long about a lever action, and I think maybe 1911.
I wonder if maybe that's their sleeper that they're having trouble selling, and that's why she had that one. Pushed it so
Maybe.
hard. Yeah.
But all right, Canic. This is the
I like them.
they.
Some people hate on them pretty heavy.
I've never shot one. I've never handled one, but Glock-esque. This is the Canic Mete MC9 Prime. Another one that just flows off the tongue.
It's a mix between their subcompact and their race gun.
I don't know.
I think that's how it went today. So I was looking at it today. It's got the same slide release as same slide release as the Walther, and if you manipulate the mags a little bit, cut them just a little bit, they fit in Walthers.
But it kind of looks like all the other compacts out there.
Yep.
Man, it looks nice.
It's comped. It's
comped. Yep. Nothing
I
really.
feel like that's what everything's going to end up going to again. Just like the optic plates. Everything went to it, and then pretty soon everything's going to go to comps, and then pretty soon everybody's going to be... Yep. That's cool.
So, I don't know. I just think it's cheesy to have a big old relief window on the slide just so you can see prime.
But with their optic,
well.
and that's a premium optic. With their optic, that gun is $849 MSRP.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't bad.
You got to remember though,
With optic,
some people pay a lot of money for a skeletonized thing.
Yeah.
That's a step in the right direction towards skeletonized.
But at the same time, just so you can see prime on the barrel.
well,
I like the skeletonized. I just don't like that you have to say prime.
I know. Yeah, they didn't have to put that word in there. No, for sure.
And I'm sorry that
Hold on.
prime's been ruined by
Make
the.
it customized, so it doesn't have to say prime. I can say whatever I want.
Right. Moo. Right on.
Pour it in the barrel and in the slide. But I just don't know what these cuts are on the end of the slide there. It's like stylizing, but I mean,
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. It's also on the PSA dagger slides.
I didn't even notice that until you pointed it out. Price point, again, with optic, as a kit, ready to go. I think it comes with 3 mags too. $849 for that is not a bad deal.
Whatever one I was watching is at $800 for with optic and $600 without the optic. I can't tell what brand the optic is, but
It's theirs. It's
Is
a
it?
Canic. It's a new, yeah, and it's got the sunroof on it. So
Yeah, actually, if you go back a picture, or was it forward?
back.
There you go.
Well, yeah, they said $849 when I watched it. So
okay.
So grand total, I mean, you're going to be what, $750, and that's what. Again,
With an optic.
it's hard to beat.
But eventually, yours will have an optic, and you paid $6 and a little change.
$550.
Oh, well, there you go.
So, yeah. Well, the update on that. I sent you screenshots, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So, update on mine. Springfield Hellcat. They finally emailed me and says, "Okay, thank you for your patience. We're gonna upgrade you to the Hex optic instead of the whatever one we had. So it's another $100 in the right direction for me, optic. However, it's still an optic that I'm pretty sure I have to pull off to change fucking battery.
Ew.
Yeah. Either one of them you have to do that with. So unless I go with the...
You know which one doesn't?
Son.
Yeah,
fuck it up.
I mean, it's a good looking gun.
Again, the sides cutouts there, I don't understand that. Maybe I'm sure there's something to it.
One thing I did like that they were talking about was the texturing of the grip. The sides aren't as aggressive as the front and back.
Yep.
So the rubbage on skin should be a little bit less, which is nice. Good touch on that. B&T. Terrible picture again. This dude is just flying through. They had a bunch of cool guns. I didn't even want to try and pull information off of what he was talking about.
We actually shot a B&T. Paulie's. With a suppressor on it.
Nice.
Fucking, yeah, dude.
But I mean, they have their own mags that a few of the other companies are using their mags for their guns, so.
What was that? Grasshopper or something?
Oh, fuck, I don't remember. It was one of their popular ones.
Was it called the Noisy Grasshopper?
It was quiet when you put a suppressor on it.
No, it wasn't Noisy Grasshopper from Men in Black. Noisy Cricket. It was Noisy Cricket.
Noisy Cricket.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Hoppy Bug. So
this guy actually, I thought he's a little annoying, but he also gave a really good interview.
yeah, I was like, let's go shoot with this dude.
Yes.
I mean, he brought this briefcase in that had a few different guns in it, and then he had the long gun sitting around. But this is more of pointing out their suppressors they have. So these just came out. The ones in front of them right now are called the Print XH. 100% 3D printed titanium body. The blast baffles are 718 Inconel, which you guys talked about the other week. And the end caps are stainless steel for durability. Do you remember what the Inconel steel was from? The SpaceX booster rockets?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So the titanium heats up fast, it cools fast, and it actually degrades faster when it's hot and cold like that. So that's why they use the Inconel baffles in it. And then just the end caps for durability.
Since the time we were all born, younger or older, technology in metals, technology in general, but technology in metals has come a long damn way.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Metallurgy, period.
yes.
But just 3D printing these suppressors is...
Everybody's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It must be...
So
I got something for 3D printing later. So.
the two in front here, those are the Print XH. I think they're different calibers here, but really nice. And then in the background, they have the Verse 36. It's multi-caliber modular, so you can see a line towards the top of it.
Yeah.
That actually comes off, and you can take the end cap from the other part of that to make it shorter, kind of like the one that I have from Banish. But that's also 3D printed, and it's flow-through technology. Everyone's going to flow-through technology. So the gases can go in instead of having all that back pressure go into the gun.
And coming back at the fucking handle. My question is, the ATF, everybody's abolished the ATF. Do we think that's actually ever going to happen?
No.
No. But if it did, what about the tax stamps? What's going to happen with those?
They're still going to do it. They're not going to give up their access to extra money.
Mm-hmm.
Greedy ass government.
That's where I'm at with it. I'm like, man, I really want a suppressor, but if I could wait a minute and hold off on a $200 fucking tax stamp, it's probably not worth my wait.
Actually, I did see some discussion about trying to get suppressors off the NFA list.
With something to do with hearing protection.
Yeah,
they're using
because
that
it's a safety thing about hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to pull it off the NFA list. Which, if they did, then there's no longer a $200 tax stamp.
And those things are going to fly off the shelves.
Well, it also means corporations can massively scale up operations because now we're not so fucking restricted about it.
How many people are out there going, really want one, but I don't want to spend $200 on tax stamp?
What?
That's me. I'm waiting. Like one Black Friday, that place that we all love, I went over there with Hendrix, and he goes, "Why didn't you buy one?" And I'm like, "The price of that, they're giving a great deal on the Black Friday stuff." And even Paul says, "That's when I buy all mine." He's got a bunch. We walked out of there, we're in the car, and I'm like, "Because it's another $200 past that." And he goes, "What do you mean?" And I had to explain to him, there's some sort of tax stamp. I don't know how to explain a tax stamp, but you have to pay the government the $200 to get the okay, the blessing to even own the fucking thing.
No, you have to give them $200 for them to consider looking at the paperwork. Consider giving you the okay.
But really, if you want one, how long are you going to wait out? Just maybe it's going to go away.
No.
Because what if it doesn't? You're never going to get one because it might go away.
$200. You forget who you're...
Well, if you would stop buying the cheap stuff and then the expensive stuff and just buy the expensive...
Hold on. Ty, what's the saying? Buy once, cry once?
Yep.
And you know what? I keep crying.
We know.
I know.
You've been crying for 30 years.
That's why...
I waited on that JX Tactical. Never came. I fucking find out the order never went through. I'm like, fuck it. So I started Googling Hellcat Pros with Balder S holsters. First thing that popped up was Amazon. I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll look.
I'll get an Uncle Mike's. It'll be fine.
Great reviews. Carbon fiber. $25. And I'm like, I guess I'll give it a shot. Nope. Crying.
So for you, you need the Verse 36. Get the hub style that has the big thread on the back, so you can go from way different caliber ranges.
Yes.
And you can have one can for multiple guns.
And I want it rated for full auto. That way it lasts longer.
So they said this is titanium, but they said because of the ink canal in there and everything, that is full auto rated and no barrel length restrictions. Have fun.
Do you have the price on it?
No.
Okay. I have to write it down or send it text to me or something, and then I'll see what I can find. $200 to the government just pisses me off. I'm sorry, but you understand it. You got it though.
Yeah,
you voted for it, Ty.
They have $400 for me for tax stamps.
Well, then, if you ever want to put it in a trust, you got to pay that $200 again.
My second one's in the trust from the get-go.
Yeah, but that's something I looked into. If I start buying NFA stuff, go straight into a trust, and then it's in there. But then you have to do a background check if you add anybody else to it, which gets annoying.
You gonna put me on it?
No. There's no trust.
He's trying to every way not to get that $200 tax stamp. I really wanted some Pritzker.
Oh, he'll put you on the trust, but he's gonna get a 1 caliber, 45 caliber.
Be a 40.
Wait a second. That's fine. You can shoot down.
Yeah.
No. It needs to be only for 45.
You got it pinned and welded on his 1911.
We should probably take a break. We're at another hour already.
Okay. Well, I've got some notes to go over. He's not done yet.
How many more you got?
We are 2/3 of the way.
All right.
One more episode after this.
Yeah.
You guys you two look like you're tired as fuck.
True.
Well, I could party all night now that I'm starting to drink. So, send us off.
Here's those that wish us well.
All the rest can go to hell.
See ya.